Here we go. Part 2 of your cardboard cars. So we've gone through, shoot, here we go. All right, so we're working on the conclusion document. So you have a version that looks somewhat like this, except yours is paper and it's pretty much various shades of gray. All right, so what you have, shoot, where'd it go? I just lost the document I wanted. Here we go. All right, so this is in Google Classroom for you. I went ahead and printed it, scanned it, so you have the highlighting there, you have my notes. All right, so this is there for you to go through as well. So you can reference this. I'm going to go through this one. All right, so you'll notice there are different colors on here. So you have the white boxes. The information on the white boxes is going to come directly from your Google Sheet. The information in the gray boxes, you are going to have to convert, and it's really not difficult. This is one of the amazing things about using the metric system is everything is based on 10. So literally all you have to do is move the decimal point over, or move move. So if it's 10, if you move the decimal point to the right, you create a space, add a 0, so now it's 100. So, and I've given you hints. So remember, look back at this one. It'll have everything highlighted there. So the yellow parts are stuff for you to clue into. We talked about this in class, and that this conversion that I'm having you do, this is scaffolding for later on. So I'm starting you small, baby steps, talking you through, giving you hints on how to do it, so that as we move throughout the year, I'm going to be asking you to do this more and more and more. All right. So from here, gosh dang it. All right, so here we're looking at the speed. So ramp height, you'll get from here. Okay, is this the one I want? Yes. Average speed was 0 pennies. So this first box right here, this is what you calculated here. So take this information, put it in there. Okay, same thing with 3, 6, 9. Okay, I've given you hints here. Calculate. Okay, you've calculated your speed. You've already done that. To convert it, you're going to move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So let's say that this one is, let's say the average speed is 256, okay, centimeters per second. If I take my decimal point and move it to the left, right now my decimal point, it's an understood, meaning like it's an invisible, right there, all right? If I move that decimal point 2 places to the left, I'm going to be moving it, I can't really show you this. So there's one place. Oops. All right, let's go back. So here's the decimal point. 1 place to the left would make it 25.6. 2 places to the left is going to make it 2.56 meters per second. And if you think about that, if you were to take 256 centimeters, that is over 2 meter sticks. It's actually almost 2.5 meter sticks. If you think about, if you look down here, that's exactly what I'm telling you. 1 meter stick is 100 centimeters. All right, so let me get rid of that stuff, that junk. All right, so down here, mass of the car was 0 pennies. Go back to your Google Sheet. Mass of your car was 0 pennies. It's right there. Don't type 17.02 just because it's what you see me have. You need to look at your Google Sheet for this. So what's the mass? What's the mass of your car with 0 pennies? What's the mass of your car with 3 pennies? And blah, 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 blah. You get the point. So let's say that this one is 17.02 grams. All right? The mass of the car with 3 pennies in kilograms. To move the decimal point from grams to kilograms, you move the decimal point 3 places to the left. All right, so right now, my mass is 17.02 grams. If I move this decimal point 3 places to the left, it goes between a 1 and a 7. Here's 2. To go 3 places, I would have to add a place. How you add a place value is you have to fill it in with a 0, 17.02. Okay, so here's what I have. I started out with my decimal point here. 3 places to the left. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. All right. Don't mind my phone dinging in the background. All right, down here, what are you graphing? All right, so our objective is to construct and interpret a graph that, I forgot the rest of it, and I'm at home, so I can't look at the board. So all of this information up here is on the first page. What you're going to do, you are going to use the sheet that I have for you of paper. You're going to be making line graphs. You're going to have 4 different colored lines because we have 4 different test groups. Your line color, I don't care what color you pick. I just want you to scribble it over this. So if you use, I don't know, purple, color that in purple. If you use red for this one, color that in red. Whatever works for you guys. Okay, so you're going to have your graph there. X-axis is the mass, y-axis is the average speed. All right, so there's that. Then here is your 3 questions where we are interpreting the graph. And remember, this part for sure is going to be what I'm testing you on. So it's constructing and interpreting a graph. So I'm going to be looking at your graph that you made. We're going to need to fix anything on there that needs to be fixed. And how do we interpret that? What do we do with that information? All right, so you've got, I put the writing checklist in there because your final version, you do need to make sure that it's spelled correctly, that you have punctuation and all that good stuff. Okay, so yes, you do need to include that in your version 1 and version 2, okay, so that people can go through and check your work and proofread and grammar and all that good stuff. So then you have 3 questions. Describe how does changing mass affect speed. Use evidence from your lab to support your statement. Describe how speed is related to kinetic energy. Support your answer. Describe the relationship. So how are they related? It doesn't always have to be a good thing. Between changing amounts of kinetic energy and changing the mass of your car. So I'm looking for something here with kinetic energy for you to be able to tell me what it is. So going back to what we talked about with the last test. And how does that affect motion? Okay. It is possible for you to get a 4 on this, but right now I want you focusing on just getting this answered. All right. So let's go back to this. All right, so conclusion document, graph, turn in the Google Sheet with your data into Google Classroom. Make sure each of you has the information. All right, collaborate, critique, graph analysis questions with a peer to better your answer. Next Friday, I'll be back and we're going to be going through and creating your final draft of those 3 questions. We will also be looking at the graph, fixing anything on there that needs to be fixed. Down here, we've got what's the latest that you need to have these things done. Some of you guys are ahead. Some of you are playing catch up. Some of you need deadlines. So here's your deadlines. So there you go. If you have any questions, please check the resources that are in Google Classroom. Check with a friend. You can email me, but keep in mind, I may or may not be able to respond to you quickly. I should have Wi-Fi next week when I'm in Arizona. But from there, some of these things are really hard to answer via email. So just do the best you can. Be good. And I will see you guys when I get back.